Look, I'm just going to throw out this word salad, and it comes out however it is. I was watching a clip on TikTok. I guess S.E. Cupp, her name is, she's a reporter or journalist. And she said Kamala Harris lost because of her policies. She wanted affordable housing. She wanted to help people get into their first house. She wanted to help small businesses start. She wanted universal health care. She wanted voting rights. She wanted women's rights. Yeah, S.E. Cupp, those sound like really horrible, awful policies. How dare she do that? How dare she offer hope? And see, S.E. Cupp, you're actually the reason we're still here. Because you refuse to accept what this country is. The only policy that people rejected was that Vice President Harris was a black woman. She could have cured cancer, and it wouldn't have mattered. But S.E. Cupp, your mentality is why we're still here, because you refuse to go on radio or TV every day and talk about it, because you're afraid of losing viewers. We're here because people chose a convicted felon, a man who sexually abuses women, who performed oral sex on a microphone, who called Puerto Rico a floating pile of garbage, who had dinner with Nick Fuentes, who led an insurrection on the United States government, who still lied about the election. The man who moves hurricanes with Sharpies, who lied 30,000 times. And you really have the caucasity to say, oh, people didn't like her policies. This country has never addressed the white patriarchy. Period. End of story. Why don't you report on that, S.E. Cupp? Because that's what we're fighting. What do you see at the protests? I'll tell you what I see at the Tesla takeovers. I see a bunch of diversity. I see young students, people, women that fought in the women's rights movement. I see gay people, trans people, straight people, Asian, Hispanic. You know what I see on the other side? Trump supporters, a bunch of pissed off little children with beards, camouflage, military boots, American flags, and pet bald eagle tattoos. Because that's what this is really about. When you look at the demographic of the protests, it's the same ignorant trailer trash, white platinum victim grievance people that worship the flag more than what it represents. It's this twisted and sick patriotism. It's almost a religion. They worship the flag. They pray to the flag. They have freedom toothpaste and freedom underwear and American flag condoms. And before breakfast, they do the Pledge of Allegiance. And they sing to it. They pray to it. They have holidays for it. But they'll never take a minute to say, when was it great for everybody? I wonder, what did a black person 100 years ago, how did this American flag represent them? I wonder about our Asian Americans that were put in internment camps. How does that flag represent them? How do they see it? How about women? When they were treated like second-class citizens, how were they treated? But you don't want to have that conversation, S.E. Cupp, because it makes you uncomfortable. People that look like you and I, white Americans, we have to pull their hoods off and expose them for what we are. This is not our black brothers and sisters' mess to clean up. This is ours. Because in 1787, white slave owners, who were pieces of human garbage, owned black people. And this country was designed for 21-year-old white men to benefit. And they said that black people were only worth 3/5 of a person. And then after signing the Constitution, they went home and had the slaves pick their goddamn cotton. That's why we're here, S.E. Cupp. How about you report on actual history and not white history? How about you get off your place of privilege in your white entitlement and actually report on why people voted for the white supremacist? He wears orange makeup and diapers. Maybe you should report on that. Because maybe, just maybe as a country, at some point, if more people like you and I speak up, and if you use your platform to speak out about the white supremacy in this country, maybe we can then progress. But as long as people like you keep putting your head in the sand and being ignorant and saying it's about policy instead of about make America white again, we're never going to progress, S.E. Cupp. Be better.